Hey everybody, Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' Show and Tell for you today, and this is another card from my August card class. So whether you're stamping with me in person or whether you're shopping with me online and you want to pick up the card class and tutorials, this is one of those cards. We are stamping with the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. We're also going to be using the Designer Series paper, as you can see, and we're going to be using these tiny little note card fronts that come with the Magnolia Blooms stamp set. Now you might be saying, Magnolia Blooms, wait, you said the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. Okay, so you may or may not know that Stampin' Up! Has put out a beginner's catalog. It's got like 5 little bundles in it. So the Good Morning Magnolia and the Magnolia Suite is in our annual catalog, okay, and I am using the sentiment from that stamp set today. But from the other mini catalog, there is another coordinating set called Magnolia Blooms. And so it has the open magnolia flower, it has another small magnolia petal that's closed up, and then we have additional sentiments, happy birthday, thank you, and congratulations. And as an offering with the stamp set, you can buy the stamp set, which will coordinate with the larger stamp set, but you can also buy the Magnolia Lane cards and more note cards. So you get 10 note card size cards, actually a little smaller than our normal note size card. These are 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 when they're folded up. Okay, but still nice for like a gift card or a little thank you note. And then we've got some fronts for them. So there's this one here with the 2 open magnolias, kind of done in that petal pink and the green. Or there's this one, which I really kind of love, with the frame, right? And then we've got some of those other petals. And then you've got all this space on here where you can stamp in your sentiment for the front of your card, and then you can write your note inside. So if you want to send a cute little note or leave a note for somebody special, these might be just those easy little note cards to do. But we're going to use this one on the front of our card today. And yes, they are double-sided. So we've got this stripe and we've got this pattern here as well. So if those interest you, they can be found on the website if you don't have one of our mini catalogs. Or you can just punch in the Magnolia Blooms and it'll come up. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and put the card together. So this one actually is pretty simple. I'm using mint macaron as my card base because that coordinates with the edging on this little piece of note card. And then I've got a piece of our Designer Series paper. I love this multi-petal print, and there's the background. So you could either do it with the darker mossy meadow if you wanted, but I wanted to kind of go with a brighter background, so I'm using this side. These are all going to get layered up on our card, right? And then I'm going to add some basic sequins, which luckily coordinate very nicely with that mint macaron, so there it all kind of stays green on green. But before I do any of that, the edge of this piece here is kind of got like a thin texture to it. So I decided I would go ahead and texture with my Subtles folder my card base. So let me bring in my embossing machine, set this up. So I have one of the original machines on the original platforms. I found that I like to keep, for this one, tab 1 down. And then what I do is I take my card and I open it up and I'm going to put it in my folder. And I position it on that edge, right? But then I actually decided to scooch it down a little bit. This folder is so subtle that a little bit of that on the back flap is not going to be distracting. So now I'm just going to slide this through to give it that embossed texture. Now it's called subtle for a reason because it's very subtle. It's very... We used to have textured cardstock. Anybody remember our textured cardstock line? So our textured cardstock would have this very subtle texture to it, and that's what this mimics. So here now is my card base. So I'm just going to fold that over, give that a score, and now we're just going to layer, layer, layer. So let's start with these two. This is just cut so that there's just about a 1/16 of an inch edging around that one. Okay, and this one's going to get stamped on. Now for this one I put the journey of life is best shared with a friend. We'll get through this together, which I thought was a very sweet sentiment, right? Regardless of what your friend is going through. It's nice to tell them you're thinking about them and that you're here for them. So I just stamped that in mossy metal, right? Keeping it all with green. Now I'm going to put all my layers on with dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this one over. Put my dimensionals down. I'm going to flip this one over and put dimensionals on it as well. So we got a couple different tiers of the card here, right? Peel all these off. So this card is really stamps, ink, and paper. So no die cutting, just a little bit of embossing if you want to emboss the texture onto your card. So this one goes on just like that, and then this one gets flipped over and goes on just like that, right? 1, 2, 3, and then these are self-adhesive. Like I said, I'm using the mint macaron variety for this card, keeping it all green, easy, relaxed, and there we go. So that was pretty simple, right? Now like I said, this is one of the cards in my class offering this month, so if you want to get the cards by mail, come visit my blog, find my post, and you can purchase them and receive all the products in the mail that you need. You just need to purchase the stamp sets and dies to complete the cards through an online order. Okay, everybody, so hop on over to the blog. All the products that I used today will be there. The PDF tutorial will be there for you to download if you're a VIP, which means you've shopped with me or stamped with me. In the last 6 months, you have access to all the PDFs for free on the Tuesday newsletter. And if you're not a VIP yet, consider shopping with me and you will become a VIP too. Alright, enjoy the projects and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.